We have 1, 2, 3, 4 coins. I'd like for you to look at the coin if you would, sir, ma'am. Examine them, make sure they're real. We're going to place them on the center of the table just like this. Cause the coins to travel one at a time across the table. Now before they can do that, they have to disappear. So watch carefully. I'm going to cause the first coin to actually vanish. This one right here, keep your eye on it. It's gone. If I want it to come back, of course I bring it back into position. That's one way to make a coin vanish. But then again, it'd be better if you could actually move the coin away and rub it into nothingness, as they say. It actually doesn't really disappear, it just travels from one side of the table to the other. So let's move the coins a little further apart. I'll do it in slow motion this time. Watch as my hands hover over the coins. And the coin travels from this side to this side once again. Now we're going to try it long distance. We're going to send this coin from here all the way across the table. From here to there. Here we go. Watch. From here to there. Now I know you probably saw that because I did too. I was just warming up. I didn't say how I would cause it to go from here to there. I just said I would cause it to go from here to there. But then again, timing is very important. So watch the coin as it travels from here up to the corner. I'm going to call this coin to this pocket over here almost just like a pool game, see? In fact, if I want, I can bank this one from here to here and up to the corner pocket. Watch the coin as it goes. Just like that. Now the last coin has its own parking spot. Now there's only one thing I don't allow, and that's this. I don't allow the coin to bump any of the other coins for two reasons. One, the sound gives away the moment. And number two, I like it to be in its nice, neat little parking spot right there. So watch carefully as the coin travels from this side of the table to that side instantly. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now here's the explanation for what I call call shot. And I'd like you to come in here and we'll talk about this a little bit. First of all, as you know, I enjoy doing most of my coin effects on a surface where people can look down and really concentrate on the action. And I like to make things as clear and concise as I can, mainly so that people understand the effect and have some connection to the effect itself. As an example, when I place the coins on the table at the beginning, I like to be able to hand the coins to the spectator. When I'm doing this live, there's a lot of more interaction than you see right here. So I'll hand the coins to the people, and I'll actually say, here, I'd like you to take a coin and take a look at it if you would. In fact, here, I'll even pay you to watch me do a magic trick. And sometimes the people get a chuckle out of that, but at the same time, at least it gets them handling the coins, looking at them, knowing the coins are real, so that once they place them back on the tabletop, I'm now able to place my expanded shell, which I keep secretly classic palmed while they're looking at the coins. Now I usually will have the shell on the coins from the beginning. I might place them on the table just like this. And sometimes people will actually go for the coins. They go, oh, those are beautiful coins, because these are the walking ladies from the 1940s. So just because they have that connection immediately, they want to see the coins. So now they're interesting to them. And that's when I'll pick up the coin with the shell on top and I'll classic palm it off of the coin. And at the same time, I'll pick another coin up and drop that one onto that coin and say, here, why don't you go ahead and take a look at the coins. Now that's if I don't hand the coins out at the beginning. Sometimes I'll just lay them on the table and let the people just kind of peek at them. And if they're interested in looking at them, I'll immediately get rid of the shell, give them the coins, and that way everything is clean and fair at that point. Now, here's one thing I use a lot. From a classic palm position, I'm going to let the shell fall and turn over. It actually makes a complete turn. It falls here and completely turns over. And then I bring it into a purse palm position. It's actually held between these two fingers. It's supported actually between these two fingers. But that way I can turn my hand over and I can actually lay the shell right over the coin. Now, the action is like this. I reach forward and I pick up the coin as I add the shell. And from the side here you can see the action take place. From the front you can just believe that it looks perfect from the spectator's point of view. So here I am, I've got the shell in my hand. They've looked at the 4 coins. I relax, bring it to fingertip rest. Now watch this, I just reach forward and I pick up and I set them in a line, and when I do that I've added the shell and everything is clean. No one ever suspects the dirty coin. And by dirty coin I mean coin that has the secret thing on top, and that's the expanded shell, which is one of the greatest weapons in coin magic today. You just can't make a coin vanish any other way but with an expanded shell. So now, if I were to move the coins across the table like this, and then move them back, it's logical that I'm now going to handle the coins and then put them back in their row. So what I usually say is, now remember, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 coins. I knock them out of position, 2 hands, and I show my hands empty. Then as I move them back into position, I'm going to now pick up this coin that's second from the front. I'm going to classic palm it. And at the same time, I'm going to lift the shell forward and then take the coin behind and just move it to the left. So if I were to slow this whole thing down, I would move the coins back to this side of the table. I would pick this up, reach forward, pick the shell off. This coin will go into fingertip rest. At the same time, I extend these 2 fingers. So what it's supposed to look like is this. It looks like I move these 2 coins across the table. I pick this up and just move the 2 coins into position. Now I really did it that time without moving the shell. Now watch. I'm going to move the coins to the left. I pick up the second coin from the end. And now what I do is I take and I just move the coin behind just a touch, just backwards, just a touch. I actually throw it into the fingertips right here. And on my first video, Intimate Coin Miracles, I talk a lot about this move in itself. It's kind of a move that I developed, and it's a nice way of being one ahead with the coin. So now, watch once again, I take and I move 1, 2, I pick this up, I move this coin back, and move all the coins to the left. So now I have a coin stolen in my right hand, and I just let that coin just settle to the table, and I place my hand right over it. Whenever a coin is on the table, it's right here. Now David Roth puts them here, which is fine. There's no problem with that, but I like to keep them way back so people can't see the coin. So anyway, so now once we have that understood, it's a matter of now play acting. And the most fun part of the most fun thing to do is to make people believe that something magical is going to happen. What's better than saying, would you like to see one of these coins disappear? So now I take the coin out of position and I say, see, it's gone. Love people's chuckle. And then I say, watch, I can bring it back just like magic. And they go, well, look, you just took the coin away and you put it back. That wasn't magic. Well, I want them to get the idea. So now I'm going to take and move the shell back over this coin, and then I'm going to move that coin forward and leave that empty spot once again. But in action, I'm moving it back over the coin by putting the shell into purse palm position in the left hand. So what I do now, a real important thing is to keep the thumb in, because we have a tendency to put our thumbs out. It keeps our hands stiff. Keep the thumb in. You're just going to lift the shell back over the second coin, and then you're going to move that coin forward, and you're going to leave that space empty as if you took the coin and moved it aside again, and now you're going to rub it until it disappears. And I say, now the coin doesn't really disappear, it just changes hands, just like money does nowadays. It seems to just go from hand to hand, person to person, from bank to bank, wherever. It's not really our money, but it's fun to watch it move. Anyway, now we're going to move the coins a little further apart. I'm going to say, look, let's move them farther, make this more impossible. But in reality now, I'm going to do that same move I taught you earlier. I'm going to move this coin to the left. Now sometimes I will pick it up and set it there. Then I'm going to pick this up, put it into fingertip rest once again, put my left 2 fingers on the coin right here, and I'm going to throw it back just a touch. Now watch this action. It's really beautiful. I pick it up, I move it. Now that was a little hitch. Watch again. I'll move it back right into these 2 fingertips, just like this. Just like that. It looks like the coin is just being moved to the left. I'll do it one more time. Here we go. I'm going to move the coins a little further apart. See how perfect that looks. Now, if I have somebody off to the side over here, I just make sure I keep the thumb tight into my hand. So from the side, if I have somebody watching from the side, watch what happens. I just keep those fingers together. Nobody's going to see this coin hidden. And now I have a secret coin on the other side of the table. I lay it on the table once again, under the position here. I move the hand forward. I'm going to now lodge the shell onto this coin here by purse palming it once again into this position, keeping the thumb in, not like this. A lot of guys have a tendency to move this thumb out, and then they keep this thumb in. The hands don't look alike. Keep the thumb in. Move it back over the coin. Let go of this one here, and now we have 2 and 2. So before that happens, I approach the coins. I cover with both hands. Both thumbs go in. I lodge the shell. I let go of the other one. Now I open my fingers, and I bring my hands up very slow. It forces people to look underneath and wonder what's going on. They don't believe anything. They just don't believe the action at this point. And then finally you show your hands empty, and now you've got 2 empty hands. This is the first 2 phases of John Kennedy's translocation. And to me, it's one of the most magical tricks you can do with coins because your hands are shown empty at all times. Now, instead of finishing John Kennedy's routine where the coins continue to go across, I like to segue into the second phase, and that is to put the coins further apart. What this does is it gives them a feeling that the coins are traveling, and now we're going to do a normal type of an assembly. So I actually, I kind of stop the effect in the middle. So now, instead of doing that same portion of the trick, I'm going to move into a chink-a-chink type routine. But instead, now I tell my spectators what's going to happen. I say, now look, I'm going to cause this coin to travel all the way across the table. And now they're thinking to themselves, oh my goodness, he's going to cause this coin to travel all that way. And I tell them before it happens what's going to happen. And so now I cover the coins with these 2 hands. And then sometimes I'd like to do this because it makes them get a little bit nervous about the action. They're thinking, okay, this guy's really going to do this now. And then I take my 3rd finger of my right hand and I just kick it across the table. After a while you get kind of used to doing this, and you can really fire that thing across. Now, actually I try to do it as fast as I can so that the people think maybe I was trying to cheat on them, because I'll kick it across and I'll go, and they'll laugh. They think, oh, that's funny. I think I saw the coin go. I said, you saw it? I saw it too. Well, I didn't say how I would make it go across. I just said I would make the coin travel across the table. So then I get to move it back. Now I'm going to cover the 2 coins. I'm going to hook the coin, flesh of the palm right back here. I'm going to lift the shell forward with the same purse palm move. And then I'm going to pause and I'm going to say, watch. And now the coin travels. John Carney was telling me one time, he says, always tell the people what's going to happen, the moment's going to happen, because it's important for them to be able to anticipate it. Because sometimes I've found that when I do this move too fast, right here, people will miss it. They won't see the action. They'll go, hey, wait a minute, how'd that coin get over there? They didn't see the vanish and the reproduction. So you want to really tell them, look, watch the coin as it travels. Now here we go, watch the coin. And there it is. It's a nice feeling. You can feel your spectators really enjoying the moment. Now, this coin will be palmed. Now we're going to get into the portion where I call my shots. I say, I'm going to cause this coin to travel from here to here. Now watch this coin and watch this spot, almost like a pool game. I'm going to lodge the shell. I'm going to let go of this coin. And I think it's kind of neat sometimes to say, watch the coin as it travels from here to here, and the hands just kind of open, kind of glitzy. It gives it kind of an animated look. Such a wonderful feeling anyway to see the coins travel. Now I'm going to cause this coin to travel down here and up to the corner pocket, like a bank shot. Now I must move the shell from this coin to this coin. How do I move the shell from this one to this one? So what I do is I say it's going to travel from here to here and up to the corner pocket, from here to here and up. And at that point, I palm the shell, I lift it off, I put it on this one, I just settle it over the coin, and then I open my hand and I say up to the corner pocket. So it's like saying from here to here to here. It's a natural action from here to here to here. So the shell will be taken off, be placed on, and now I'm ready to move the shell forward, take this coin away. Sometimes I'll actually pick the coin up and say, now watch the coin, and I'll classic palm it as I apparently set it down and then lift my hand up off the table, which is a nice moment. If you don't want to do that, you can just place your hand over the coin, push the coin forward, move the hand across the table, which is natural. Now you're going to lodge the shell and let go of this one. And if you get those two actions, you say, I'm going to bank it. So if you were going to actually bank a shot, it would go from here and to here. So you don't want to let a lot of time go by. Make sure it goes boing, boink. It gives them the feeling that you banked it from the corner up to the corner pocket. Now I push this forward. I'm going to finish the trick. I'm going to move the coin across and say, now we have to fill in this little parking spot right here. It's almost like cars parked in a lot, and there's one spot left. I like the people to know exactly what I'm talking about. There's one little spot left. This coin's going to travel from here to here. Now, as I say that, I lift the shell off and move it to the coin behind, right here. I move it from here to here. I adjust it. So I say, now the last one's going to travel across, and I just do a quick adjustment, but I don't allow bumps because it gives away the sound, and the sound allows you to know the moment, and we don't want you to do that. And, of course, I like to have the coin travel right into its little spot perfectly. It has to stop dead right here. I have found that I get a better reaction from this trick because I call it ahead of time. I tell them that's where it's going to go. And now I move the shell forward. And I've discovered a move that I don't think too many of you have seen before. Normally, you'll palm the last one away and lift the shell forward. That'll be the effect. Now watch what it looks like. You'll be here. You'll move forward. The coin will be lodged from the coin off, forward. The hands will come away, and there it is. The only problem is you're dirty over here. You don't have a clean vanish unless you lap the coin. I don't like to lap any coins. I like to be able to do most of my work standing up. I'm sitting now for explanation only because it's comfortable. But in normal circumstances, I like to keep the coins on the table at all times. So now this is what I'm going to do with the last coin. I'm going to toss it from here to this hand. From here to here. Now how are you going to do that without that coin being seen? Well, I discovered if you move both hands together like this, I can just take it and toss it right under the other hand. So now if I lift the shell forward, watch, and I do this, I can actually say, see, it's gone. I have an empty hand, a perfect vanish, the coin's on this side. And you think, well, wait a minute, what do I do now? And here's the logical thing. You move forward, you take the shell coin, which is right here, and I'm going to lodge it onto this coin. But watch what happens. Now I come forward, I lodge it onto that coin and move them both to the center of the table. This is the coin that I deposited. I move these to the center of the table. The trick's over. So the last part, once again, the shell is here, the last coin's here, and I'm going to actually fire that coin across the table under the other hand, just like that. And all it really looks like is I'm just going, whoop, just like that, and it's over. Sometimes I'll do a feint, and I'll go like this. I'll say, are you ready? I'll look at my spectators. They say yes. I say, well, I'm not. I'm a little nervous here because you're watching me so carefully. Let me try. Here we go. Watch. It's done. It's over. And it's a very shocking revelation at the end. The hands move the coins to the center of the table. It's over. So that's my explanation for, it's called call shot, and the reason I call it that is because I'm actually calling my shots halfway through the routine. Thank you.